What is going on, guys? I'm back with another video, and today I am actually going to review the entire Book of Boba series that just finally finished yesterday with the finale. So there's a lot I want to say, and I didn't want to miss the opportunity to make this video while it's still kind of hot, relevant, you know what I mean? So yeah, today I'm going to be, just giving my thoughts on the entire series as a whole, what I liked about it, what I didn't like about it. Yeah, there's a lot to get into today. All right, so first off, my main concern about this whole series is that they did Boba's character very dirty. And I think I speak for all of us when I say that most of us were expecting Boba to be like crazy in this series, like just being totally badass. Because when we see him, I mean, obviously he's a really popular character, despite him having a few lines in the original trilogy. So in Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, he only has like 3 lines. And people thought he was awesome. He was so cool because he was like this mysterious dude, that we didn't know much about. He didn't talk very much. He kind of just did whatever he wanted. He was like a cold-blooded killer, bounty hunter. But anyways, yeah, so like I said, I feel like I speak for most of us. We were going into this show thinking that we were going to get like some crazy ass show with Boba and, going crazy, killing everybody. Just doing whatever he wants, basically, becoming the crime lord. So with that said, when I first saw the first episode, I was very excited to watch it, and the first thing I was thinking when I was watching it is the very beginning, where it's showing how he escaped the Sarlacc pit because he fell into it at the end of episode 6, Return of the Jedi. Yeah, so the whole scene where it shows him escaping the Sarlacc, I felt was very short. It was like over like that. I just feel like it was just so quick. Just showed him, use his flamethrower on his wrist and burns it, and then literally the next scene is him coming out of the sand like with his arm out. Like, it was just so quick for me. I feel like we needed to elaborate on that more because that was just so short. There was that fighting scene when him and Fennec were in the middle of Mos Espa, and there were those guys surrounding them with the shields, like these red shields, and Boba could have totally used his jetpack in that scene, like just to fly above them and like shoot them. And I know that Fennec was there, but he could have, I think he could have just grabbed Fennec and just flew her with him and just got out of there, just went on top of a roof or just literally just escaped anywhere with the jetpack. I mean, he didn't even use it and he was wearing it. So just little stuff like that really makes it bad. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to sugarcoat it. Anyways, I think that's all I have for episode 1. Episode 2 was really good. It was a lot of backstory with Boba and the Tuskens and training with the Tuskens, them gaining respect for him. I think that's the one where the meme comes from, like a bantha.
Like a bantha. Yes.
But yeah, that one was pretty good. I had some good action scenes in it when he's trying to stop the train and all that. I don't really have anything bad to say about that one. I also really liked the flashbacks to Camino from when Boba was a little kid, looking out the window, seeing Jango fly the Slave One away. Episode 3 is where the tables turned like instantly. Episode 3 was garbage. In my opinion. That's when the Power Rangers come in. That's when those cyberpunk kids come in with their little colorful scooters. That shit annoyed the shit out of me. Especially that whole chase when they were chasing the, not the mayor, but the mayor's right-hand man. Like the guy right under him, I forgot. The mayor's assistant, Major Domo, there you go. All those cyberpunk kids were chasing him on those fucking, I was gonna say powerful, it was definitely not powerful. On those colorful scooters. And they're going like 5 miles an hour. Like, that had to be the slowest chase scene I've ever seen. Speeder chase. Yeah, because they were speeding. But yeah, that was very cringy. I hated that. It did not feel like Star Wars to me. It was really bad. And then, in my opinion, Boba could have chased the Major Domo by himself on his jetpack, just flew over him and just started shooting at him, whatever. He didn't have to kill him, but I just feel like Boba was really soft in this show, and they messed that up about him. I feel like he just talked too much, and I think they should have kept him more of a mysterious character, because I feel like that's why a lot of people like him. I feel like they could have done a lot better with certain aspects and with his character in general. I get that the Tuskens made him soft and they changed him, but I don't know. It just didn't feel like Boba to me. Like, he was having people do work for him, and this whole ruling with respect thing that he got going on, I was not a fan of at all. Something else about episode 3 that I didn't like, speaking of Boba being soft, is when Black Chrysanthemum, which is the big black Wookiee, is standing outside Boba's bacta tank when he wakes up, and he grabs him and he starts like fighting him. Basically, he's a complete surprise, and he basically like breaks his back. He hurts his back, something. Everyone else comes rushing in after they hear that going on. The cyberpunk kids, the Gamorrean guards and all that. And then Chrysanthemum literally fights all of them. He takes it like out into the main throne room, and then Fennec was able to drop him into the Rancor pit. So yeah, that was the end of that sequence. And then Boba comes out with his robes on, like his shower robe, so to speak. You're saying after this guy almost killed everyone in your place, almost killed you, you're gonna come out in your robes? You didn't even like grab your armor or your gun or anything? Like, that was just so not Boba Fett to me, and it was really annoying. Episode 3 was just garbage, like all around. The only cool thing about episode 3 was the fact that he got a Rancor. That was it. Episode 4 was decent. That's when he finally got his Slave 1 back. He finally did show some, you know, that cold-blooded Boba that we know. Finally, that's towards the end when he finally got Slave 1, and then he went to go get revenge on the Nikto bikers that he thought killed all the Tuskens. And so yeah, he went to go kill all of them. He literally just shot them down. That was a badass scene. Can't deny that. That was really the only time we really saw him, you know, go crazy or do something badass, which is kind of sad. But yeah, that episode wasn't too bad. It was decent. And then episode 5 is when everything changes. That was basically like a Mandalorian episode. It should have been in Mandalorian season 3, to be honest with you. But regardless, that episode was freaking amazing. I'm pretty sure it blew everyone's mind. That episode had a lot of lore in it, and like a lot of information about the Mandalorian and the Mandalorian Creed and, you know, all that stuff. We got to see Mandalore for the first time in live action, although it was really short. It just showed Mandalore getting blown up by the TIE bombers and stuff like that. Yeah, so that episode was awesome. We got to see a lot of the Darksaber because Din is not used to it. He needs to train with it. I saw the Armorer, we saw Paz Vizsla. That episode, he also got the Naboo Starfighter ship, which was freaking awesome. I love that ship, that is amazing. And we saw a BD unit for the first time ever in a movie. We know that from Fallen Order, the video game, BD1. Droid's awesome. And then towards the end, there was a little cliffhanger. Fennec went up to him and she was like, yeah, Boba could use some muscle. Din was like, yeah, tell him it's on the house, you know? Probably because Boba helped him in The Mandalorian. After that, basically, he was like, but first, before I help Boba, I'm gonna go visit a little friend, being Grogu. Episode 6 comes in. The best Star Wars episode ever. I think it tops Mandalorian Season 2 finale for me. And that's saying a lot because Mandalorian Season 2 finale was amazing. But anyways, episode 6 of the Book of Boba Fett had everything I feel like fans wanted and what I wanted. It had training with Luke and Grogu, which was freaking awesome. The CGI, or not CGI, but like the deep fake on Luke's face, Mark Hamill, was so good. It was such a big improvement from the finale in Mando. And honestly, there were some parts where like you couldn't even tell, well, honestly, a lot of the parts, you couldn't tell that it was fake. You know, you couldn't tell that it was actually not Mark Hamill. So I was super happy with that episode all the way around. We saw Luke, Grogu, we even saw Ahsoka, which was not expected at all. We saw R2-D2. And then a very big highlight of the episode is seeing Cad Bane make his live action debut, which was freaking awesome. I had a feeling Cad Bane was gonna be in the show from the start. I just wasn't sure if he was still alive because I know that Boba and Cad Bane had a little duel that was never aired. And in the Clone Wars, where they both shot each other in the head, that's why Boba has a dent in his helmet. It's actually from Cad Bane, if you didn't know. And then Cad Bane has a metal plate on his head, which was from that duel as well, because Boba shot him in the head too. And we see that plate on his head in the Bad Batch, and then we also see it in the finale, which I'll get to in a second. But yeah, episode 6 was awesome. We saw Luke use his lightsaber. There was a lot of nostalgia with that episode. We saw Luke running around with Grogu on his back, just like Yoda did. Yoda and him did in Empire Strikes Back, which was awesome. We also saw Ahsoka talk with Luke for the first time. Well, it wasn't the first time they met. We didn't see them meet. Hopefully they showed that in the Ahsoka show, by the way. Us, as the audience, saw them interact for the first time on screen. And she mentioned that Luke is a lot like his father, which was also very touching. You know, Anakin being Ahsoka's master and all that. Nothing bad to say about that episode whatsoever. It was awesome. This is when we get to the finale, episode 7. So episode 7, I had high expectations, to say the least. Okay, so after ending episode 6, you know, that was an amazing episode, perfect. Couldn't have been better. So going into episode 7, I was like, oh my god, how can it get any better, right? Like, this is gonna be awesome. The finale is always like one of the best, if not the best episode in a show. The finale is always big. And honestly, I was disappointed with the finale. I really was. It was really underwhelming. I expected a lot more. There were some cool scenes in it, but like I said, it was just really underwhelming overall. Like some cool scenes like where Mando and Boba teamed up and were flying around with their jetpacks for once and actually shooting everyone, which was badass. It was awesome seeing them work together again. And then another cool scene was when Boba came riding the Rancor. That was pretty badass. But I feel like they could have brought Luke when the X-Wing came to bring Grogu back when he had to choose. Oh, I didn't go over that part, I'm sorry. Because at the end of episode 6, Grogu had to choose between going the path as a Jedi and having Luke train him because he had Yoda's lightsaber. The other option was going back with Din Djarin, because in episode 5, Din had the armorer forge his Beskar spear into a little shirt, chainmail. Yeah, like a little armor shirt, Beskar shirt for Grogu. So yeah, at the end of episode 6, Grogu had to choose between one of those. So if he went with the Jedi way, he would never see Din again, really, because attachments is bad. You can't have attachments when you're a Jedi. And then if he chose Din, if he chose the armor, then he would never become a Jedi. He'd basically become a Mandalorian, I would think. But yeah, but he'd be able to see Din again. So yeah, he ended up choosing the armor, and then in episode 7, the finale, like I was talking about earlier, we see the X-Wing come down, land in Tatooine. I was thinking Luke was bringing him back. Luke wasn't even in the ship. It was just Grogu, and R2 is the one who basically flew him there. Which was kind of weird in my opinion. I feel like Luke wouldn't do that.
I will give my life to protect the child.
That's like not in character at all. Because what if something happened to Grogu, you know what I mean? On top of that, I think it would have been cool if Luke came, because then he could have helped with the fight. And then something else I was expecting to happen in the finale was Bounty Hunter Bosk coming in, and that didn't happen at all. What else? And then, oh my god, this is the part where... Yeah, so, and then Cad Bane was in this episode again, and we finally got the duel we've been waiting for with Boba Fett and Cad Bane. I was disappointed with that, like, and then they killed Cad Bane within like seconds. Like, how do you bring back a character of that significance for like, what? He probably only had like less than 5 minutes of screen time, and then they killed him off like that. I mean, I hope he's not dead, but I mean, well, honestly, I'm not mad that he died. I'm just sad that they killed him the way they did. It was just so quick. I'm not upset with the fact that like they killed him off necessarily, because, you know, he's an old guy, and I honestly didn't even think he would be around at this time. But it's the fact that they barely really showed him, and, you know, he's this big character from the Clone Wars that everyone loves, you know, crazy bounty hunter, the best bounty hunter of his time after Jango died, and they just kill him off like that. Like, it was so quick, and it was very stupid in my opinion. Like, it was really stupid. And the duel could have lasted longer. And if you're gonna kill him off, at least make it a crazy death, you know what I mean? Like, make it to be like they're going crazy, you know, going ham at each other. It was like so lame, so freaking lame. Yeah, so when me and my cousin were watching that episode together, we were just like, are you serious? Cad Bane is this badass character, and you just killed him off in this fucking wiener fight, you know what I mean? This is the dumbest fight I've ever seen. The finale was very underwhelming. I know I said it a lot, but it was. Oh, I actually wanted to show you this scene from the finale that my cousin were making fun of, because it's absolutely ridiculous. It was during the fight in Mos Espa, you know, the whole big scene. In this scene, it's Black Chrysanthemum and the cyberpunk dude, the black dude. And just watch this. It's absolutely ridiculous. All right, look at this. This guy full on did a little 360 spin to shoot at the pikes. Like, what was the point of that? That shit cracked me and my cousin up, dude. Like, are you serious? And this is how you look at Robert Rodriguez should never direct or touch Star Wars again. This is the guy, the guy that directed the finale is the same guy that directed episode 3, which was complete garbage. So you can see directors really matter. The director of episode 6, which was my favorite episode by far, was directed by Dave Filoni, which is literally the creator of Clone Wars and like really high up in Lucasfilm. But yeah, like, finale was pretty bad, pretty disappointing. And I hate saying that because I love Star Wars, but you know, it is what it is. Maybe we'll get a season 2, maybe we won't. I'm very excited for Kenobi. They just released the first poster and release date for the show, coming in on May 25th. That is going to be amazing. They better not mess that up, because Kenobi is like one of the main characters in the whole Star Wars universe. So if they mess that up, people are going to go crazy, including myself. I'll get pretty upset about that. But anyways, guys, I think that's pretty much it. I know this is a long video, but I had to, you know, make it. I had to put my thoughts out there about this show. My overall moral of the story here is that they made Boba too soft. and they could have done a lot more with his character. He barely did anything in the entire show. Mando came in and stole the show, and the best episodes were pretty much the ones that Boba Fett wasn't in, which is kind of sad. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed my thoughts and review on the show, The Book of Boba Fett. And until next time, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one.